Hello everyone, this will be a basic tutorial on how to use the embedded coder for the C2000 board. This is the program that will be used for Module 1, where you'll be testing a basic buck converter. You're not required to know anything that's in the full system block. You can look if you'd like. All that you're required is knowing what each of these 4 buttons do. So for using this program, there's 3 main buttons that you're going to need to know. If you're running an older version, it'll look different up at the top, but all the buttons should look about the same. The first one is Library Browser, which is where all of the parts are. You'll have basic math operations, and if you go down to Embedded Coder Support and this one, this is everything that you would need to run the board if you want to write your own programs. The next, which this will all be in one tab of an older version, but will be in modeling in the newer versions, is Model Settings, which is used for a wide variety of purposes to set up the board to connect to the computer. And finally, it's just run on older versions, but you'll need monitor and tune on newer versions. So if you want to run this board, first you'll need to go to the model settings and make sure that it's properly connected. Give it a second to load. You want to make sure you're in hardware implementation. Check that this board matches, and then go to Target Hardware Resources. Make sure that Boot from Flash is checked, and then go down to External Mode. So this board uses serial communication so that you can type into these numbers that are right here, and it will update the board immediately. You don't have to keep recompiling the code. So, see this serial port COM4. So you'll have to do this every time because it changes based on if you're using a different computer or if you're using a different board. So what you'll want to do is open Device Manager and look for ports. And you'll want to look for the one that is XDS 100 or maybe XDS 200 and look for what it says here, COM5. So you'll want to take that and change this to whatever you have there. So now you should be able to communicate with the board once it's set up. So you hit apply. Then it's just run on older versions, but it's monitor and tune on this one. You click on it. It'll take a good while to initialize the first time because it's uploading the code. So after about 2 minutes, this screen popped up for me. This is the code generation report. It just basically tells you that it's converted all of your Simulink and embedded coder stuff down here into a code that can actually be uploaded to the board. So wait until it says running the model on the board, and this timer starts counting up, and that means you're now running the code on the board and communicating with it. So if you were to take any of these, for example the switching frequency, and change it to say 50,000, you should be able to see if you have an oscilloscope attached to any of the PWM pins that the frequency will change.